Oh, that's the 4th of July, peoples. The celebratory day. It's the 250th birthday-ish of the country. And also, if my dad had made it another year to this day, it would be another one of his birthdays. Because he was born on the 4th of July. But he died like 4, 6, 8 months ago, something like that. Some number of months ago. I don't know when. So I polished off the rest of the Baileys that was in this cup. Boom. Because there was still some left over in this cup. That cup, whatever. And I opened a bottle of Ciroc. It's 750 milliliter. And I tried it out. It is Ciroc. All right. Ciroc is expensive. It is. I will give it the classification of middle to middle upper liquor. Somewhere in that kind of level. If you're gonna drink all the time, like if you are gonna drink every day, pretty much just fucking get lit up all the time, it is not in the price range that you are going to be purchasing, unless of course you are a working professional level 100. Now I got hiccups. $120,000 income plus. Working Americans, no, they got to go for something like what I was buying, like Burnett's. Yeah. This, however, this Ciroc stuff, it does not seem to be very. It does not seem to really be sipping vodka. I can't remember the name of it, but my stepbrother introduced to me. He has a vodka that he buys that is sipping vodka. It is what I like to call a class of liquor, class of vodka. Because depending upon your taste, vodka, bourbon, whatever. Dangerous liquor. Or you can just drink it and be like, oh man, you're just drinking it and drinking that. You're just like not even knowing that you're drinking liquor. And all of a sudden, like before you even notice, you are what's a good way to put it? you can be the bad version of yourself if you have a bad version of yourself. You know, that version that is like a total dick. Um, like if you are only maybe just a tiny bit racist in normal life, and like when you're really drunk, you are just like, wow, level racist as drunk. Like you are just like, yeah, like you go into that person, digging deep into like the like 1820s kind of racist. Like you can go into there, or go into like, bitch need to make me a sandwich kind of race, like misogynist. Like you just like you can dig deep into like the kind of offensive bullshit, like without even knowing what you're doing. Like it's like those kind of like it's that level of liquor, like they'll just like you can slide right into it, like without realizing you're getting there. And before he introduced me to that, like I had a liquor called Three Olives that was my sipping vodka, which was really good. I thought it was the best I'd ever been introduced to, and it was really good. It was really good. It was tasty. And then and then I drank some of his stuff that he had, and I was like, woo, it's like water. I feel like I'm drinking water. Like I put ice in that, I pour that out there, and I'm like, man, like, am I drinking water here? Like, this is not even liquor. Like, I don't even understand like how they made this so like this is unbelievable. And yet, like 30 minutes into this shit, like I'm gone, and I'm just like this almost should not be legal to be sold because like it puts you into that state of fucked up, and like you have to have a really, in RPG terms, in second edition Dungeons and Dragons terms, you have to have a very high like wisdom stat in order to like be able to be like, oh, I'm fucked up. In order to be like, I'm fucked up. And even then, it's like shit is about to get shit that would normally be in your inner monologue, and it's about to get out into the real world. Like some of that shit still gets through the firewall. That's like, yeah, some of that shit still gets through the fucking firewall. So that's why they call alcohol. In Dumb and Dumber, I've noticed him call it. I remember him calling it loudmouth soup, but what do they call it? What do they call it? It's not truth serum, but it's something. There's an adage for it or some shit like that. You can't really do it with some sects of Islam, because some sects of some religious groups forbid drinking, but bringing people together and getting them drunk can really help them. Can really, uh, what's a good way to say it? Can really speed up diplomacy, I think. Cut through the bullshit of diplomacy. If you just get, at least with men, I don't know how it is with women. If you get a bunch of men and women drunk and try to be diplomatic in there, I think you might just end up with a bunch of men and women fucking. So I think it might have to be just men. Although in this modern era, I wonder how it would turn out if there's just female diplomats drunk in there. Maybe we should run an experiment of just female diplomats drunk as shit. Working out some sort of agreement. I would like to see how that worked out. Get a bunch of female diplomats in a room working out some sort of agreement to something and give them all drunk as shit and work out some agreement and be like, you have to say in here, here's a bunch of liquor. You have to stay here until you work something out. Oh, and by the way, it's an open bar. And just be like, yeah, there you go. England, France, Germany, United States, maybe the Chinese diplomats, the Indian diplomats, some African countries, just a whole bunch of diplomats from a whole bunch of countries, and just like, oh, and by the way, it's an open bar, but they're all female. Just like a kind of a kind of a, a kind of an equal rights, like, oh, you think men are the fucked up sex? Yeah. Let's run that fucking experiment, bitches. It's all bitches. It's got all you bitches drunk as shit. All in a room. Drunk as shit. Let's see what you come up with. What do you think? Yeah? What do you think about that? You think you're so noble and enlightened and shit? What do you come up with? Put you to the test. High and mighty. Riding on your high horse and shit. I'm just saying. What if they come out with some shit like fucking all these clauses with like men can't do this and men can't do this? And then the next day they're all fucking hung over and shit, and they look at it and they're like, "Oh my god, we're banning men from all their. Oh my god, we cannot show this to fucking press." They'll be like, "Too late, bitches. It's already out there." They'll be like, "Too late. Too late, bitches. You're just as power hungry as men. You thought you were noble and empathetic and all of these great, high-minded, all these things, but nope. All the frailties and everything are in you. You have all the human bullshit inside you, just like we do. You know why? Because you're human. You're human, just like we are. And that's the point. You are human, sentient persons. And that is exactly the fucking point. All sentient persons. Sentient beings need to be recognized under the common charter. Hold on a second, I need to refill my bullshit sauce. So, yeah. I am finally being able to be drunk as shit after this Ciroc. Dude, the Baileys did not fucking even begin to get me drunk as shit. But this Ciroc, the Baileys was like 17%. So all it did was able to like kind of warm me up. The Ciroc is able to like get me there. Ciroc, since it's actual vodka, and 40% is able to like do it. And now I realize it's only 9:30. 9:30 in the morning. Yes, we are going to do full day drinking all the way until whenever the fuck I pass out. Because we're going to do full 4th of July celebration. It's all the way, baby. You know, if I were to ever get, if I were to ever get elected into any kind of representative seat, state, federal, governor, or anything, I don't know how I would ever be able to be effective if I were not some kind of intoxicated. I think every decent representative should always be fucking intoxicated. Unless they're an asshole. If they're a good person, I don't know. If they're like me, they need to be intoxicated because the alcohol brings out the fighter inside them. The fighter for the truth. What really needs to happen. What should have happened. You know, after the Civil War, after the Confederacy was brought back into the Union and Reconstruction was starting to happen. And there were black representatives, black senators starting to be elected. There was great resistance to that in the South. It was because of the culture and the it was because of the culture and the generations of belief that skin tone and national origin and continental origin, um, and later on, eugenics theory, all were deterministic of certain characteristics that laid certain ethnicities of humanity on top of one another. current scientific theory developed through the scientific method. Look it up. The scientific method. You need to look that up. If you don't understand the scientific method, you really need to look that up. You really need to just, if you're watching this video, you need to just hit the pause button and look up the scientific method and go do a deep dive on the scientific method. Just hit the pause button and do a very deep dive on the scientific method. And just take an hour. I'm talking about an hour here, and look into the scientific method. I'm telling you here, an hour. Look into the scientific method. But you're not willing to. Scientific method. All right, let me try and sum it up in like a minute here. I say something. I think something. I go, ooh, it's right. I test it again. Ooh, it's right. I test it again. Ooh, it's right. I test it again. Ooh, it's right. It's right. It's right. It's right. It's right. I publish it. Then 3 people say, you ain't right, motherfucker. You ain't right, motherfucker. 10 people say, you ain't right, motherfucker. All 10 of those people say, I'm going to disprove you, motherfucker. All 10 of those people say, I'm going to disprove the shit out of you, motherfucker. And they, either one of 2 things happens with those 10 motherfuckers. They successfully disprove me, or their experiments do not successfully disprove me. And then maybe 10 other people try. And then maybe 10 other people. And then there's like just a whole bunch of people. And then it's like just 10, 10, 10. And then it's like, maybe it's like 30, 50, 100 people. And then it's like, it gets to a point where it's just like, my theory. After like 100 people have tried to disprove what I've said, after I firstly have tried it myself 5, 10 times, and like I've done it 10 times myself, and it's come out the same way, and published it, and then all these other people have tried to disprove it and failed. Boom. Then the community has been like, well, I mean, I guess it's right. And they're like, well, I mean, I guess it's right. If at some point we can really, if at some point better instruments and better detection and better, then we'll reconsider the theory. But for now, it's the theory. That's how things are. And that's why we have Newtonian, and that's why we have Einsteinian. And that's how things are. That is how things are. And do you dispute Newton, a white guy, Einstein, a white guy. Mathematics. And another thing, Darwinism. Let me attack you on Darwinism. It's not Darwinism. It's not a religion. Not a religion. We can't call it Darwinism because it's not a religion. So it's not Darwinism. It's Darwin's theory of evolution. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. And it's the theory of evolution by natural selection. The theory of evolution by natural selection. It's not Darwinism. All right? So don't call it Darwinism. All right? You're being a dick. And you're trying to label it something that it isn't. Alright? You're stupid. You're being stupidism. Alright? Stupidism. Again, conservatives, God damn it, I hate fucking alcohol in this respect. In this respect. Conservatives are being stupid. It's being stupid. Alright? It is the theory of evolution by natural selection. That is what it is. It is not Darwinism. Just like it is not Obamacare. Alright? So liberals and leftists don't call it Obamacare. Stop caving to conservatives and using their language. Do not use their language. Do not use their fucking language. You're being a bitch by using their fucking language. That is how you lose the war, by use their language. No. You use our language. The Affordable Care Act. You use smart language. Always use Affordable Care Act. You don't use Obamacare. Obamacare is for stupids. You have to uplift these people. Make them understand what they are getting. Every time you use a better word, every time you speak to these people with higher language, their brain gets better. That is what the Republicans do not want. The Republicans do not want them to get better. The Republicans want them to get lower. We want them to get better. Yes. We want them to get better. We want them to get better. We want them to spot the bullshit. If we can get them to spot the bullshit, then we can kill conservatism. And there will be no more. You know, I really don't know if Jesus existed at all. I really don't know. Supposedly he existed 2,000 years ago. There were census things for the Roman Empire. And, you know, the Roman Empire loved money. So there were censuses, there were birth records and everything. So there actually is a good chance that actually Jesus did exist. And a lot of the stuff kind of did probably exist. But I think most of the stuff was highly twisted in order to conform to create a not government, but you could call it an architecture, I don't know. I can't think of the word at the moment, but tower of conformity to power. Something where you would be constrained to hierarchy and not the group, the commune. You would not be able to flow within your community and move from one to another easily. As someone, as I believe that an individual as that would have desired. I do not know if that person was divine or not. I do not know if such a thing as divine is even possible. Divine on the earth is possible. I can't say for sure or not. I can't testify if divinity manifestation on earth is possible. I don't know. I can't do it. I don't know that any person is capable of doing that. I think any person that is saying that the divine manifesting on earth is possible and definitely happening and has happened is a false prophet. I think that person is a false prophet. Just as a person saying they know that the divine is impossible is a false prophet. Knowing such things, I believe, as I have grown up and reached this age, just something I've personally come to believe, not know. Believe, not know. That's my own personal philosophy. Others can differ, and in this country, not others, this country, on this 250th I would like to state with great affirmity. I hope others would also like to. Please like to at least like to agree with me on that. It's not necessarily the agreement to worship a deity, but the agreement to not worship a deity. not recognize a deity. I don't know exactly the wording of everything. There's a lot of ambiguity there. I guess the best part of it is the ambiguity. Maybe the best part of our Constitution and the subsequent amendments is the ambiguity, and the Supreme Court's interpretations and rulings is the ambiguities and the rulings in it and the congregations and the rulings and the you can and you can't and you can and you can't. The state's saying, well, this is, and then the Constitution saying, well, you can't. I would like to also, and I have been thinking about this as I've been watching documentaries over the past few days leading up to the 4th. Have been kind of accumulating in my head. Those documentaries, excuse my letting you see my, sexy body. I've been seeing those documentaries. Wow. The documentaries about the Civil War, the Buffalo Soldiers, the Revolutionary War, the Civil Rights demonstration, the 60s, the gay rights. All of the history. And even the Vietnam War. I've been trying to look over the great swath of the history of this hour. The United States. It's a long 250 years. And I know other countries have had 250 years pales in comparison to other countries. It truly truly, 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 truly pales in comparison to other countries. I will admit that. There is no doubt. However, because of the nature of how we were founded, the turmoil of what we've gone through, the ups and downs, what we have gone through in what we've gone through, what we have bartered with in our lands, what we have decided to purchase and build from not only other colonial empires, but what we have admittedly unjustly conquered / stolen. From centuries old, centuries held, perhaps millennia. In order to forge a country that has attempted to declare itself something that is attempted. That is a unified conglomerate of patchwork. The first unified patchwork. This first, this only, unified patchwork. This first unified patchwork. is that has lasted 250 years. And shall not perish from this earth. From this earth. Yes, shall not perish from this earth. Yes. Unless right? Jack up and shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Oh, what the hell? Seriously? I need a lighter? Oh, this is bullshit. Quentin Tarantino. But we really do need a new, I believe we need a third beef. A third beef of, God damn it all. Ooh, it just changed. We really do need a third birth of freedom. Which is economic freedom for all of us. For all of us working class. For all of us, meaning economic freedom. Meaning all of us working class. Meaning we need a guarantee of a living wage. We need a guarantee of housing. We need a guarantee of housing. Like I just said, we need a guarantee. Of income, we need a guarantee. Of healthcare, we need a guarantee. Of healthcare, we need of guarantee. A guarantee of child care. We need a guarantee of income. We need a guarantee of government support for water and electricity. And we need a guarantee of housing and guarantee of security and guarantee of all other supports for the first and second level of supports. The level, Maslow's level of hierarchy of needs. I'm sorry, I'm just really getting there. I can't really do anything else. You're going to have to look to other people. It's getting to an hour and a half. I can see it. 1:03. I know that Republicans are dicks, but whew. Really, I know that Republicans are kind of dickholes, but I'm getting to kind of sleepy bills right now. As I'm getting more and more drunky. Even though it's only like, what does it say here? 10:16 a.m. Whew. Wow, that is early in the morning. Yikes. That is very early in the morning. Even I know that. Jeez. So I'm going to call it in for this video. I'm going to post it and I'm going to say, wow, if anybody made it to this point in the video, I'm going to call you. If you made it to this point in the video, I am going to seriously call you my champion. I'm saying you right here, you are my champion. You right here. You are probably one person out of anybody. You. I love you personally. You. Right here. You're a champion. I love you. You're a champion. One out of a million. You're a champion. Text Rich, text whatever. Text. What is it? What does my sign have? Text. Wealth, back, wealth, and boobs and stuff. Yeah, there you go.